everyone, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're talking about some lies that people tell themselves that are keeping them broke. So if you like videos like this on side hustles, personal finance, and living your best life on way less money, then be sure and hit that subscribe button down below. So the first lie I have for you is that being rich equals more stuff, or nicer stuff, or better stuff, or the same type of stuff that everybody else in your neighborhood is getting. It does not have to equal more stuff. So if you want to know why owning less stuff is better for you and your money, hit the button I have up above for the card that I did on 20 reasons to own less stuff. Be sure and watch that later because you want to get through this video. But being rich does not have to equal more stuff. So owning less stuff can actually make you happier, more content, have less anxiety, and keep your money in your bank account longer. Smart rich people, take a look at Warren Buffett on Google and you'll see what I mean, know that you do not have to buy crazy expensive stuff to live a happy lifestyle. Even if you have tons of money and plenty of money to spend, you do not have to spend it on material possessions. Lie number 2 is I can't control my money situation. People want to believe that money is completely out of their control and then they don't have to feel guilty when they're out of bounds on their money life. So people say that they don't make enough money, that bills cost too much, that just keeping a hold of their money is way too hard, that the situation is just completely out of control and there's no way to rein it back in. That is not true. There are so many videos on the internet on things you can do to keep your money safe and secure and how to make more money. If you just stay tuned with us through our multitude of videos, we have tons of reasons why this is not true and this is just a lie. Money is not out of your control. Money is one of the number one things that you can control in your life. You can't control if you get sick. You can't control if a loved one dies. You can't control if there's a pandemic out there. The one thing that you can definitely control is the money that you have and how you use it. Number 3, the lie is I don't deserve to have money, or I don't deserve to be rich, or I don't deserve to be well off. People have a lot of guilt in their heart for lots of things. People have anxiety about lots of things, and money is such an emotional thing that people have tied around things like anxiety and depression. So people that have anxiety and depression, or even just people that don't, sometimes believe that they do not deserve to be well off and stable in life, and they sabotage themselves by not keeping control of their money. So this is a lie. This is a lie for everybody. Everybody deserves to be financially stable. Everybody deserves to be well off and have enough to eat and a place to live. Everybody deserves to have a great money situation. And as we talked about, it is something that you can control. So stop telling yourself that you don't deserve to be financially stable. Number 4 is a lie that we tell ourselves about lots of things. We tell ourselves about losing weight. We tell ourselves about getting an education. We tell ourselves about money, and that is that if I try, I will fail. So people, if they've had bad situations in their life, feel this a lot, and that is they cannot try something potentially hard like keeping a budget or getting rich or being financially stable or living a frugal life because it's too hard and they may fail, and it's just easier not to try. That is so not true. As we talked about, money is one of those things that you can control. You don't have to be afraid of it. You deserve to be financially stable, and if you try, you will eventually succeed. So everybody, every great athlete, every great celebrity gets rejected, falls down, hurts themselves, fails a million times before they actually succeed. So if you try, you may fail once, you may fail twice, you may fail 100 times, but eventually you will succeed. You will never succeed if you don't try. Number 5, it is too hard to budget. Budget is so scary. Budgeting is so scary, right? Because if you go on the internet, there are a million different ways to budget. There is Dave Ramsey's way. There is the 80-20 principle. There is traditional budgeting. There is zero-based budgeting. There are so many different ways to budget and so many different opinions. It just seems hard and overwhelming and you don't know where to get started, right? So the lie you are telling yourself is that it's too hard. It's not actually hard. You just need to decide on a budget and do it. You just need to stick with a plan. You just need to follow up every single month, every single week. Watch your pennies, watch your dollars. You can budget and make it happen. So it is not too hard to budget. It just seems that way. Hey, everyone's in debt. Why can't I be in debt too? That's not true. Everyone is not in debt. Number 6, everyone is in debt, is a lie. Debt is not a good thing to have. There are so many ways to live your life without being in incredible amounts of debt. So we have strived so hard this year to pay off all of the debts that we have our control under. We have a few things left, like one car payment and our house, of course, but all the other debt we are trying to get rid of. And there are lots of people that live with no debt out there. It is entirely possible to be completely happy without being in a ton of debt, especially things that you can control, like credit card debt, and things like that that are discretionary spending. So everyone is in debt is a total lie. Trust me, there are lots of people out there living without debt. Hey, I deserve to have fun too. If I can't spend money, then I won't have fun. That is not true. There are so many ways to have fun with your family or even by yourself or as a couple without spending money. Especially now during the pandemic, we've all learned that we don't really have to do things like go out to movies and go to concerts to have fun, right? There are so many things we can do at home, we can do with our loved ones, we can do hobbies, we can make additional money in a side hustle that's fun for us, we can play with our animals. There are just thousands of things to do to have fun without spending money. That is a total lie. If you have something that you love to do that doesn't cost any money, please comment down below and let us know what it is, because people need ideas out there. And if you want to know how to raise children without spending a lot of money, please hit the link up above. My Grandma's Great Depression Spending Habits will tell you how we lived as a child living with our grandparents who were raised during the Great Depression, and we spent barely any money. We lived off of so little money, it was incredible, and we had a lovely, wonderful childhood. So you do not have to spend money to have fun. Next lie. I have never been good with money. I am terrible at money and I will never understand it. That is a lie. Just because you're terrible with money now doesn't mean that you'll be terrible with money forever. And even if you are and feel like it's something that you can't handle and stresses you out too much, there are ways around it. So if you have enough money to handle it with a CPA or an accountant, you can do that, or you can delegate to somebody in your family. So I, as the frugal living expert, admit that I am not fantastic with budgeting and doing bills. It stresses me out. I can do it. It stresses me out. It causes me too much stress. So I have delegated to my husband, who is wonderful at it. And because of that, we have paid off tons and tons of debt this year. We paid off a car, and we are on our way to paying off everything else in our life. So if you are bad at money, it does not mean that your life has to be financially out of control. You can delegate to somebody else in your family, or you can have somebody else in your family teach you, or you can stay tuned on videos like these and other videos in the YouTube world. Grandma's Wealth Wisdom is one of them. Kate Caden is one of them. There are lots of people out there who will teach you to be good with your money. You do not have to stay bad with money forever. That is a lie. Next slide goes with everyone is in debt is everyone has a car payment. That is so not true. We do have a car payment, but we are paying it off. And in the future, we are intending not to have a car payment. We have good cars that run. My husband is mechanically inclined, so he keeps them running. And we plan to own those cars until they die to their ultimate car death. So you do not have to have a car payment. You don't have to have two cars in a family. There are ways to work around it. If you live in a city, you can have public transportation. A car payment is a big payment that you have to make every single month. So if you have a way around making a car payment, or you can pay your car off earlier, or you can buy a cheap car and keep it running, consider not having a car payment, because having a car payment and always having to have one is a lie that people in America tell themselves all the time. There are lots of other countries who get by without having a car payment for their entire life. So that is definitely an American thing. I know it happens in other countries too, but think about other ways you can get around not having a car payment, because you really can. You don't need to have a car payment or two car payments in your life forever. Look what I bought! It was so cheap. I saved so much money. No, I didn't. I spent money. It wasn't that cheap because I took money out of my bank account or out of my purse and spent it. Just because it's on sale does not mean that you saved money. It means you spent money. So only buy things on sale when there are things that you need or want and you were intending to buy anyway. The lie people tell themselves is that they saved a ton of money because they bought this thing on sale, even though if it wasn't on sale, they never would have purchased it, and they had no intention of ever purchasing it, and the only reason they got the idea was because it was on 50% off sale. I am guilty of this at Michael's, so don't go into a Michael's with me. But It is true. You are not saving money because you bought something on sale. You are spending that money. So consider the fact that you are not saving money unless it is something you always intended to purchase or really need and happen to see on sale. So that's a huge one in the frugal living community is sale, 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 sale. I'm saving money. No, you're not. Again, you're just spending more money. And last but not least is one that I truly believe is a complete lie is I have to go into debt for my education. Whether you are a new college student, a high school senior, or like me going back to school in your 40s, it can feel like you have to go into debt and you have to get a student loan. It is not true. You can get a great job without going to a $100,000 college. You can go to vocational school. You can get financial aid. If you don't qualify for financial aid, you can get scholarships. You can work your way through college. Part-time working, part-time going to college. There are dozens and dozens of different ways. If you need help, if you need ideas, comment down below. I will make another video just for that if you want to see it. If you want to know how to get your first year of college free, I have a video. I can show you how to get your first year of college 100% free if you live in the US. If you live in another country and want to give us ideas, please post them down below. We are by no means just strictly here for people in the US, but I do have video on how to do it. And in the future, I'm happy to make videos on how you can get your education free or very, very cheap. You do not ever have to go into debt for the rest of your life just to get an education and a good job. So that's it. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Rihanna from A Frugal Life. If you like this video, again, please hit that subscribe button. And the biggest favor you can do to me is to hit that like button and come back and watch my next video. I have enjoyed talking to you so much. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video.